Right, this Monday sees the Barwon Racing Irish Sprint Cup final taking place, and there's a strong local interest with Track 1 Runninta Shay, who's owned by the Rooney family from Ardee in County Louth. Mickey Rooney joins me to talk about his dog. Hi, Mickey.
Well, John, how are you keeping? Good man.
Mickey,
All good.
exciting times this.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, no doubt about it. There's definitely exciting times. It's great to have a runner in the Barwon final, the sprint final. It's great.
Yeah.
There's a great buzz. There's a great buzz around the town, and it'll be great now. A great night, and please God on Monday night.
Yeah.
So,
are you bringing half Ardee up with you?
Near enough, yeah. I think we have 70 of us booked into the restaurant, and God knows how many others will be joining us from downstairs.
Yeah.
It'll be good crack.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to go to the restaurant myself because I'll probably have to walk. But look, it'll be good night's fun anyway.
He's been good throughout, Mickey. He's given you great enjoyment.
Yeah. He's improving every what would you say? He's improving every round of the competition. Like, he's probably not a natural sprinter like the Serene Aces and the flashing Willow dog. You know what I mean? And he's young. He's the youngest dog in the field, but he's improving. And I didn't think one would suit him now, but last week now he didn't. The one box in Dundalk can be a difficult box to win out of, because during the whole competition, I think there's only been one winner out of Track 1, and it's a tough box to win out. But last week, watching the videos, he did definitely run well out of one. There's no doubt about it.
Yes. There's a great backstory here, Mickey. A lot of people watching this will be well aware of it, but for those that aren't aware, just tell us about the name and how you acquired the dog.
Yeah, my brother Shay passed away, unfortunately, in December the 6th of 2021, just gone by. And he was a big greyhound man, big horse racing. Every day he'd be horse racing. And, we've grown up together. We would have grown up on the racing circuit because my father was a bookmaker. Let be point to points, dogs in Navan, the old Navan track of Wednesday and Thursday. Monday, Friday, and Saturday was in the ramparts in Dundalk, and that was our religion growing up. Every night we went to the dogs, and we worked with Daddy Lord of Mercy, and it was like a crew going to the dogs. We used to have a red Hayes fan, Hates Red Y4. It was like 6 lads jumping into the van with grains in the back, and my mother and father right in the front. My mother would go up to the bar there, and she enjoyed betting on the toast and having a few little drinks.
Yeah.
And my dad passed away in '93, and my mother in 2003. And unfortunately, as I said, Shay last year, but before Shay passed away, we got the news on the 30th of November. He went in for a bone marrow appointment, and Michelle, his daughter, went in with him. And I actually was in Belfast that time, just myself and Siobhan was my wife. We were in shopping, and Michelle rang me about 12:30, and she told me about she having cancer, and I was very distraught, and so was she, and it was terrible news. And unfortunately, it was just desperate. And I went to, I said to her, look, I'm not going shopping. And I went into a bar and had a pint. And I was crying actually into the pint, crying. And I must have 3 or 4 pints. And lads in the bar must have thought this lad's really, really, bad. Whatever's wrong. And one of them came over and asked me. And I said, look, I just got bad news about my brother. And I'm okay. And my good friend Johnny Lennon, who trains the dogs, would be, he wouldn't know what was happening. Out of the blue, he sent me a text at a Snapchat at 14:26. I still have the Snapchat of this wee dog, and he says, "Look at this wee dog. You might be interested in." And I said, I rang him and I asked him, "Was that meant for me?" And Johnny said, "Yeah, it was indeed." And I told him what was happening with Shay, and he said, "Look," and he knows Shay as well. He said, "Look, there'll be plenty of dogs." He says, "Just we leave it for now." And he said, "Please God, Shay gets better," and wishing us all well. And that was the end of the conversation. And we had a few more pints anyway, and about 5 or 6 o'clock, I rang him back and I says, Johnny, well, did you sell that dog yet, or did you move him on? He says, no, I didn't. He says, and I said, would you give me first refusal on him? And he said, of course. And in fairness to Johnny, we bought a fair few dogs off him, you know, to run the syndicate. And basically, he says, yeah, that's fine, no problem at all. So unfortunately, she got ill and really bad ill on the Friday, and he passed away on the Sunday night. And like, it was his 4 kids and his 4 brothers and all his friends, and everybody was in shock, and still are, John, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
It's hard to get your head around it.
Yeah.
And the day of his burial, we went back to Brian Muldoon's pub in RD there, the restaurant, and we were having a meal and having a few drinks, and we were having a bit of talk about old times and what we used to do and all that. And then the chat came around about dogs, and I said, look, lads, there's a decent enough dog pup there, I think, and would we maybe get together? And so we did, friends of Shay's and family, like his brother or son-in-laws and his daughters and his own son and his friends as well. So we bought this dog and we called him Runninta Shay. Okay. And look at his first race, actually, or second race, I think, in Cork, he smashed. Now, he came back to that early total he showed in that race, which he hasn't just yet. He was very, very good, you know. Mm. So then Johnny, he won a little competition for us in Cork, and Johnny brought him up to Shelburne and gave him his first look at Shelburne. He done 18:56, and going down the road, I was talking to Johnny, and I said, Johnny, look at doing that type of run, he's definitely worth having a look at, running him in the sprint in Dundalk. And that's how that came about, that he won in the sprint in Dundalk, and we are where we are at the moment. Yeah. With a bit of luck, you never know.
Jesus, Mickey, if he won, you wouldn't be seen for a week.
No, I wouldn't be seen for a week. No, definitely not. Definitely not, John. Definitely not. You know, like it's a prestige competition. Like, it's, you know, you see the previous dogs that have won it, they're all top class sprinters. Like, Flash and Miller comes to Dundalk and he breaks the track record in Towchester 17:12. He broke the track record in Tralee. To me, coming into the competition, like, if you're looking at form, you have to say he's the most outstanding sprinter of this era. You know what I mean? This year in particular. Yeah. And then Serene Ace has met him 3 times, and Serene Ace has beaten him 3 times. You know, and he's beaten him well. He's beaten him 3.5 lengths. You know, I know he got in trouble one of the nights. He beat him 4, but Serene Ace is just pinging the gate, and like, he's a dog that stays as well. He's 28-11 in Shelburne Park, I think, once or twice. And, you know, he's won 30 grand in prize money. So he's 17 wins, 11 seconds. Like, his record there speaks for itself. You know, he's a top class dog.
Yeah. Have you backed your lad Andy Post?
No, I didn't, John. I didn't, because look, we were running, definitely now we were running just in the hope that he'd do well in the competition, you know. Yeah. And that's the bottom line. And look, he has done well. He's done us proud now the way he's run, you know. And I honestly think he'll be a lot better dog over 525. I think he will definitely, you know, when he goes back 525, please God, he's safe and sound. I think that he'll, you know, this experience of this competition will stand him in good stead. I honestly think that it'll be a great benefit to him.
Right. You know? Where would you go next with him then, Mickey, after Monday?
We'd probably go maybe run him in a 525 open, probably maybe the undercard of one of the derby nights, and then probably we head to the Laurels in Cork. Okay, very good.
And of course, you mentioned you won the Laurels in 2020. That was behind closed doors and during COVID. I suppose the fact you can all go on Monday as well makes it all that bit more special.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, like you dream of only getting into classic finals. It doesn't happen, you know, too often, especially, you know, the likes of ourselves. That's for sure. But to get to 2 classic finals in 2 years, or 3 years, or whatever, it's great, you know. But yeah, it's testament to the man that trains the dog as well. He's Johnny Lenihan. I couldn't speak highly enough of the man. He's a top class trainer. And on top of that, he's one nice fella. He's a fella that, you know, you can have to crack with, but he's serious when it comes to his dogs. And
Okay.
you know, the breeding of them. All the dogs we've bought have been Droopies, the Dunphy's, and reared them obviously, and you know, we have that syndicate there, and we purchased the dogs off them, and look at it, the top class breeding. If you go back to that, this lad's grandmother born a gem, she was top class. I'm sure you knew her yourself.
Okay.
Like Lockhill Blake, I like the Lockhill Blakes because you know, the dudes put in that little bit of early pace to them, you know. So,
Well, win, lose or draw, Mickey, you'll have one hell of a party
yeah.
on Monday. Best of luck.
We will, John. We will. And just once before I go, look, I'd like to especially thank Barney O'Hare. Barney O'Hare has, you know, sponsored this competition for, you know, I think since it started in the racetrack, and you know, he's been, you know, a brilliant sponsor. Without the likes of Barney there pushing the competition, and it's a prestige competition. Like Arden Sewell, Jack, top class winners, Ballymac, Big Mike, you know, down through the years there. It's a great competition.
Yeah.
And it's the king of the sprinters. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.